molecules stuck together with these electrons that they share. When oxygen is hit with radio frequency energy at 60 gigahertz, it affects the orbital properties of those shared electrons. It is those shared electrons that bind to the hemoglobin in our blood. That is a magnetic compound in our body, in our blood cells. Hemoglobin is a very complex magnetic compound. It is a ferromagnetic compound. When you alter or interfere with the orbital spin properties of diatomic oxygen's electrons, you interfere with the miraculous gaseous exchange in our lungs, where the oxygen is absorbed into the bloodstream and at the same time is being transported through our body. The carbon dioxide and water vapor is being expelled from our bloodstream into our lungs and breathed out. It's a miraculous function that we don't even think about. It's just happening constantly while we're alive. They're taking the axe to the trunk of the tree, ladies and gentlemen. Oxygen is life. They're going to be poisoning us with a frequency that affects the oxygen molecules, and this is by design. By their own admission, they tell us that these emissions don't travel far, and they don't penetrate very well. And that requires that they locate these microcell antennae about every 500 feet in the cities, because the air in the atmosphere will absorb and block the frequencies. Why would they use that frequency if it doesn't travel very far and there's so many things that will interfere with the wave propagation? I'll tell you why, folks. It's a weapon. It's part of the agenda to kill us off and make us sick. And by the way, I believe that disease X that they've been talking about will be a direct result of radio frequency exposure from millimeter wave emissions that will be forced on the population. What's really scary about the millimeter wave exposure is that there are no devices on the market to test for its presence or its power level. Right now you can get a pretty good RF meter for about $200, and you can go all the way up to 8 gigahertz and you can see what is being broadcast and at what power level. Not with this new stuff. So what do we do? Well, we obviously have to realize that when they try to tell us that there's this new outbreak and they've just discovered this new outbreak and they don't know what causes it and it's this new disease and they think they have a new vaccine for it, don't you take it, ladies and gentlemen, because it will be from the radiation from these towers. You need to find a way to shield your home, and don't bring these dangerous communication systems into your home. Do not go for the WiGig. The WiGig is a weaponized Wi-Fi system. It is coming. The phones are all going to be using WiGig for Wi-Fi communications. All the new Wi-Fi is going to be WiGig. 60 gigahertz, that's the oxygen molecule absorption frequency. Listen to me, ladies and gentlemen. I'm urging you to listen to me. This is extremely serious. Now, I have a bachelor's degree in chemistry from UCI. I have a bachelor's degree in biological science from UCI. I have all my textbooks from college. I never gave one of them back. I never sold one of them. I purchased them when I was in school and I kept every one of them, and I still read them. And it is amazing when I look back through these books what they did not teach us. Now, I was a biological science major. That's a life science discipline. I had classes that studied everything from cellular metabolism all the way up to how organs work. That's just how it is. That's what they teach you. And with chemistry, how things fit together like an erector set. And some biochemistry to see how the erector set interacts with some of the living organism and tissues. But you know what they never taught us? Ever? Magnetobiology. That field of study I have had to teach myself through the information that I had to pursue from outside of the United States. Because magnetobiology is not a field of study in any university in the United States. It's by design. I want to talk to you about your best defense.